Hey Browns fans, it's time to gear up for a pain-free 2022 NFL season for your Cleveland Browns with new friends of the show, Buckeye Law Group. If you've been injured in a car accident, a slip and fall, a work accident, or even if you've been buried into the ground by Myles Garrett or stiff-armed by Nick Chubb, you need to call Buckeye Law Group today at 1-800-411-PAIN. Their attorneys will fight for the money you deserve. Buckeye Law Group's attorneys have recovered over $1 billion for their clients throughout the entire country. So don't make the mistake of calling just any other attorney. Call attorneys you can trust, and best of all, they're Browns fans just like you. Call our friends from Buckeye Law Group at 1-800-411-PAIN. After 911, call 411. That's 1-800-411-PAIN. 1-800-411-7246. That's Buckeye Law Group, located at 1300 East 9th Street, Suite 1210 in Cleveland, Ohio. Buckeye Law Group, proud fans of the Cleveland Browns just like you.
What's going on, Browns fans? This is Stacy from Parma. You're listening to the Dawgs podcast. Let's get this thing started.
Welcome to the Dawgs podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
Hey, what's up, Browns fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Dawgs podcast. I want to thank Stacy for that intro. She must have been listening for a while. That was a little bit of an old school intro, so we appreciate that. If you want to get your intro or just your thoughts on the show, head to thedawgspodcast.com. Tap leave voicemail on the drop-down menu. Today we're going to get into a preview of the Chargers game, the Browns' upcoming opponent this coming Sunday, who we're probably going to lose to. But before we get into all that, we got to remind you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Make sure you tap the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Lastly, if you're looking for more Dawgs content, head to jointhedawgs.com. Become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page. Get an extra episode every week. You get to just hang out and talk to a bunch of Browns fans from all across the world, sharing misery whenever we lose to teams like the Jets and the Falcons. It's just a good time for everybody. Excuse me. So jointhedawgs.com. Become an official Dog Pack member.
Oh, it's going to be miserable when we lose to the Chargers as well, so let's not downplay this.
Slow down, sir.
So, like I said, upcoming game against the Chargers. I think 2 weeks ago I felt a little bit better about this game because Herbert was banged up. Their left tackle's hurt. Is Keenan Allen still out? I'm pretty sure.
He hasn't played, the last
Keenan Allen's still out.
Joey Bosa's out.
Out. So I was like, this is looking more, and they're coming all the way to the East Coast.
Right,
and I think historically they don't do as well when they have to fly all the way east. But then we lost to the Falcons. And I thought, well, shit. if we're going to lose to a backup running back and a quarterback who only completed 7 passes, so literally zero threat to pass, and we still gave up all those 202 yards of rushing, what is a team with like a real quarterback and a real running back, what are they going to do to us? So how do I feel about this game right now? I'm going to be honest, not great. Maybe I'll feel better like as we inch closer to Sunday, but it's Monday right now, and we're just like 30 hours removed from losing to the Falcons, so I'm still being pessimistic.
I'll throw the optimism in this game is still our offense. I think our offense can still move the ball. I mean, we run through Chubb and Hunt. That is successful. It works. It's very hard to stop. Mm-hmm. And Jacoby Brissett he's playing very competent quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. It's awesome to watch. He's doing well. I think we got to get Amari Cooper more involved. We didn't talk about that in the last episode. 4 targets, 1 catch for 9 yards?
Yeah.
That's not going to get it done.
No. Something scary heading into this. The Chargers are the 6th-ranked defense against the run. They're very good against the run. Now, they just got...
Really? I was going to say, they just got gashed.
Now, it looks like they got gashed, but I think 70-something yards of that, 130 that Dameon Pierce just put up was on 1 play.
Okay.
Yeah, he did have 1 big
So he
run.
had 13 carries for 60 yards for the rest of them?
Correct. So my thing is they're very good against the run, but I'll take my chances with Nick Chubb. I like these chances.
If somebody can gash a defense, it's Nick Chubb.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not optimistic.
Oh.
Here's why.
Okay.
Nick Chubb, he's great.
Yes.
He's awesome. We got pieces on offense that are really good. Mm-hmm. But we haven't scored enough points. We haven't scored more points any game this season than we're going to give up to the Chargers on Sunday.
True.
So, yeah, I don't think we're winning.
So, to counter your point, I think this is the week that we get it together. I'm just going to go crazy. I'm going to be that guy.
What about that Falcons game made you think, like, we're knocking on the door?
So,
I saw glimpses.
Just a couple little tweaks and we're there.
that's right.
This is why Justin's the eternal optimist of the show.
Correct.
Right.
I really, really am hoping that this week coaching slams it down and says, hey, listen, I almost said a swear word. We're really messing up very, very badly. We got to button it up. No more stupid penalties. No more blown coverages. No more miscommunication. We're going to get on the same page. You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see us rush the quarterback a little bit. This guy is banged up. He is literally wearing a chest protection Kevlar vest because he is busted up.
And you know he's getting shots pregame for pain and stuff like that.
So what I would love to see is we have all these great cornerbacks that, Blake said it a bunch of times. Man, they are excellent against just in man coverage. Let's put these guys on an island a little bit and let's just send some pressure. If we get killed on it, okay, then we sucked. We weren't good enough. But they are literally beat up. Mike Williams, that is their guy right now.
Yeah.
As far as a receiver. Now Keenan Allen could come back, but how healthy is Keenan Allen going to be? I know he's been out like 2 or 3 weeks. So
it's a hamstring, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one of those things where he could say he's going to play, then third play of the game, he tweaks and he's out the rest of the game.
He's, I think, 30 years old. So, I mean, he's an older receiver.
We know how Josh feels about, like, 30s.
Well, I'm
puts
saying
him out the pasture.
Hey, I'm 33, and I'm telling you what, if I had a hamstring, I wouldn't be getting back anytime soon.
Correct.
So.
You wouldn't even be sitting in that chair. We'd have to just wheel you in here.
In a bed, in a hospital bed.
Absolutely.
But I really, really think this. Now, I know it's crazy, but I really, really think that if we're going to save this season, and I hate talking about the postseason. I think right now we can't talk about the postseason because we don't look like a postseason kind of team. Just straight up. I don't think that we look like a team that deserves to be in the playoffs. Now, I know our division doesn't want to be in the playoffs. Anybody, in the division want to be in the playoffs.
Somebody's going to be.
But somebody's got to get in there. Let's go out there and punch them in the mouth. We're in Cleveland. The stadium is going to be lit because people are going to want to go and see Justin Herbert. I'm excited. I know he's only like 80%, but hey, I really, really think that if we can go out there, punch him in the mouth, hell, let's knock him out the game. I know that sucks to say that, and I don't wish injuries on anybody, but we know he's banged up. Let's see what Chase Daniels can do.
No.
You know what I mean? I'd rather take my chances with Chase Daniel. Let's go out there and let's bang him up.
Do that.
You're right. He probably could. Go ahead, John. We went into that point.
For everybody listening to the podcast, John just did a handoff motion, which is what Marcus Mariota did last week to beat us.
Correct.
So I'm going to say this. Why I'm a little less optimistic than you is we've heard this story before. Banged up quarterback, missing the left tackle. Miles should feast. And then we watch the game and crickets.
Where was the feast against Joe Flacco?
Yes. He might not have been hurt, but he's old as dirt.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He can't move off his spot, and they have a crap offensive line. No pressure. I don't think Joe Woods is going to wake up this week and all of a sudden go, you know what? I think I should blitz more. Because history tells me that's not going to happen. So
you're not wrong.
This dude who's 80%, by the way, just threw for 340 and 2 touchdowns on the Texans.
Yeah.
And they have one wide receiver right now in Gerald Everett. They got an athletic tight end in Gerald Everett and Mike Williams. Tell me, do you know who Michael Bandy is?
Nope.
I've heard of Joshua. I've heard of Joshua Palmer. Isn't he? They got No, I haven't heard of Joshua Palmer. DeAndre Carter, Trey McKitty, Xander Horvath. These are some of the receivers. I mean, if Keenan Allen doesn't play, you got to stop Eckler from just running the ball down your throat.
Yeah.
And I feel like Eckler's a TD touchdown machine, but he's not like between the tackles, run it for 200 against you kind of person, in my opinion.
I don't think
he's
so.
a screen pass.
You know what I mean? He's a screen pass catch guy. He's great in the red zone because he's a threat to run. He's got a nose for the end zone. I think he had 20 touchdowns last year or something. But I don't see him as being like I'm going to get the ball 30 times, run it between the guard and center, and just pound it down your throat every time. Now against us, he probably will be.
Right.
But he had 13 for 60 against the Texans, but he had 2 touchdowns.
Now you're talking about the Texans, this all-world beater team. Last time I checked, they're the only team that has not won a game in the NFL, correct? Is that what we're saying?
Correct.
And they almost blew that game.
They're 0-3-1.
They nearly blew it. It was very close to being, hey, the Texans are going to get a win against the Chargers.
And then they didn't.
And they didn't.
But
are we better than the Texans?
Are we?
God, I hope so.
Are we?
Offensively, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely we are.
Davis Mills is playing pretty well for them this year.
He is, but I'm just saying, as a whole, our offense.
Defensively, I don't think we're better than tell me a team that you think we're better than on defense.
Hey, Browns fans, let's take a quick break in the action. The NFL action is in full swing here at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. And if that's not enough, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Right now, for every leg you add, you can boost your winnings up to 100%. With payouts bigger than ever, why bet on football anywhere else? To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped-up same-game parlays once per game day all season long. So go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use promo code TPPN to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's code TPPN only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
From tailgate parties to busy weeknights, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall. With their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. This sale only happens twice a year, and it's on now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code DAWGS at checkout, take an additional $30 off of your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter DAWGS at checkout, and stock up on fall flavor today. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights with entrees ready before the kids can say what's for dinner. And don't forget to use the promo code DAWGS at checkout to score an extra $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life. Guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com. Promo code DAWGS at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Now let's get back to the show.
So the crazy thing is on paper, I think probably a lot.
Yes, but on the field,
performance-wise, we're struggling.
And you tell me an offense you think will stop. I mean, we played the Steelers, and we played pretty well against them, but like I said in the last episode, we gave up the best game Mitch Trubisky had as a Steeler.
I would say Chicago because Justin Fields can't complete more than 2 or 3 passes in a game. But neither did Marcus Mariota, so I don't know. We probably can't stop them either.
That's what I can't get out of my head is that we haven't played an elite offense.
We're about to.
No,
this
defense looks bad.
They're banged up, but this is an elite quarterback. This is a guy that is going to run the NFL for the next probably 10, 15 years.
He put up 34 points against the Texans, and the number one receiver is not playing.
Correct.
And we have played Baker Mayfield, Joe Flacco, and
Mitch
Trubisky, and Marcus Mariota, and now we're going to Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So like the gap between Justin Herbert and who we've played. There's no words to describe that gap.
Those 4 guys probably don't start for any NFL team next year.
Correct. I know. Like I don't know if there's still such thing as a Baker bro, but if there is, he's not going to start on an NFL team next year, and unless he like humbles himself and chills, he won't be in the league.
No,
he's not going to be a backup either. So, and Joe Flacco, he's probably not going to be on a team anymore, and if he is, it's definitely going to be a backup. Marcus Mariota is maybe the only one that is maybe still starting for the Falcons. And they're
going to have a good enough draft pick. They can replace him if they want to.
I mean, maybe
they got a quarterback.
They're 2-2.
They already have one.
They might.
In the wings.
Well, one thing I'll say is, like, not every team that blows a game to a bad team loses to every good team. You know, just because you lose to a bad team doesn't mean you're going to lose to every good team you play.
Correct.
So if we've got the personnel, if we've got the talent to win, we're at home playing a team that's flying across the country. I'm picking us to lose, but it's not impossible. I mean, we could win the game.
No, that's what I love about the NFL versus college football. Any team against any team in the NFL, every game has a chance to win.
Absolutely. No, I think we'll be in this game. Average margin of victory, 4 points. We talked about it all last episode. They're not going to. They probably won't blow us out.
We lost by 1 and we lost by 3.
What I could see happening in this game is what's just been happening. Situationally, we won't be able to get off the ball or off the field on third down. or we'll go down and take a lead, and then they'll hit a freaking bomb on us and take the lead right back, or we'll go for it on 4th down instead of kicking a field goal and lose by 2 points later. And you know why I'm being so pessimistic? Because that's what I've been watching.
You're a Browns fan.
And I'm trying to be optimistic, but they're not. We're 2-2 with the 4th easiest schedule. The last time we played a schedule this easy, we went to the playoffs.
Right.
And we made Baker Mayfield look like a good quarterback. And now we play this easy of a schedule. We're 2-2. I don't think we can stress enough about how this was these first 4 games when the schedule got dropped. Everybody said you got to go 4-0 if you want to make the playoffs. These are your games you got to win. You got to win these 4, and then hopefully you can steal 1 or 2 from a team that you might not be favored against. And we went 2-2.
Yep.
So what's there to be optimistic about? I mean, I need to hang out with Justin more, apparently.
I'm not that optimistic.
I mean, the optimism comes from if we get the ball early and we can score. Maybe we can say we score 2 quick touchdowns. Nick Chubb just long run or something crazy happens, and all of a sudden we're up 14-0 in the first quarter. That gives us a pretty good chance to ride out the rest of that game.
I'm nervous.
Do you feel
I'm
good?
not saying I feel like, we got this in the bag. I'm just saying that's where the optimism
I've seen
can
that
lie.
script before against the Chargers.
I do not feel good with any lead ever.
Correct.
Ever.
As a Browns fan.
And I want to say we come out here, we run the ball with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, we control the time of possession, run it down their throats, keep Justin Herbert off the field, and then we could win the game. But we literally just did that to the Falcons and still lost.
Yeah.
We had 15 more minutes of time of possession. We ran for 177 yards. Our running backs averaged, 6 yards a carry. We held their quarterback to 7 completions, and we lost. And the Chargers are significantly better than the Falcons.
Yes.
So in order for me to come on this show and be like, well, the season's not over, we can do it, they need to show me that they're going to answer the call. If we come out and we play really well and we beat the Chargers, then maybe I'll have a little bit more optimism. But you can't keep doing this to me and think I'm going to come on this show and just be like holly jolly, carefree me. No, I'm tired of watching this.
Well, they're only favored by 3.
Correct.
Which I just wanted to look that up real quick and just kind of see what the odds are set at.
I'm actually surprised it's only 3, seriously.
But like you said, average margin of victory is 4. So, I mean, it makes sense. A lot of these, like we said, games are close every week.
So
the only reason the Steelers game wasn't close is because our defense scored
at the end.
Yeah, I mean, that was a
with no time on the clock.
Yeah, that's true.
So, if the Browns are going to win, that just laid it out. You gotta run the ball, control time of possession, keep Justin Herbert on the sideline, and when he is on the field, like Justin said, get some freaking pressure.
Yes,
their left tackle is out. So please, you cannot be non-existent if he even plays.
I don't know if he's going to play, bro.
If he doesn't play, if I'm telling you this right now, if we roll out with the same defensive line we just played with, we will lose this game. It's not going. There's no ifs and it's done. We cannot roll out here with Isaac Rochelle, Tommy Tagai, Jordan Elliott, and who was the other guy?
Isaiah
Thomas, or Alex Wright, and think we're going to win this game. It's not happening.
Nope.
It's not happening. So, I don't know. Is Clowney coming back?
They said they're going to wait till Wednesday to determine the availability of Clowney and Myles Garrett.
That makes sense. I mean, Wednesday's the first real practice of the week.
Yep.
Usually defensive practice.
So we'll if those guys don't play, if we're not going to take D-line, like we're not going to go sign anybody. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to keep rolling with Isaac Rochelle. I'm trying really. I don't want to pick on this guy too much, but it's just and I actually think like he's an okay NFL player at times, but he was cut so we could put Kellen Mond on our practice squad. And he's starting. Yeah. We have to take the defensive line more serious. You can't roll this out and think you're going to win games. I freaking hate Joe Woods and his defense. But I don't care if Bill Belichick's calling the defense with these guys. It's going to be tough sledding.
Yeah, I mean, and we've got to get this run defense figured out right now, starting this week, because like you just said, Bill Belichick and the Patriots come around the corner next week. They got 2 very good running backs, and they're not afraid to do it the entire game.
Correct.
Just over and over and over, and they will.
And I don't think that this even really matters, but the Browns did sign Sam Kamara today, who led the preseason in QB hurries. So that's just a practice squad thing, so I don't know if that's saying, hey, we're expecting that those guys aren't going to be here. But, I mean, at least there's attempts made at getting some people in the building that are going to make a difference.
I get that. But, like, go get some NFL players.
Right.
Christ.
Right. I know.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
fair.
you said, I already forget who you said we signed.
That sucks.
Alvin Kamara's older brother, right?
Is it, I don't
Younger
know.
brother?
I don't know if he's related.
I don't know. I heard
I'll
you
look
say
it up.
Kamara.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even know if that's how you. It could be camera.
make a move.
I don't even know how to say the damn dude's damn name.
And it's
Hey, that's where our faith is going to be this week.
That's it. We're putting all our stock in that. Let's go get this damn win.
and we put a ton of trust and faith in Andrew Berry, but it's like, hey man, it's 11 positions on the field. You can't be good at 8 of them and then complete dog crap at the other 3.
I know, but
I'm not saying you have to have a Pro Bowler at every position,
Right.
But you got to at least be serviceable.
But to go back to kind of what we said, I think it was the beginning of this episode, we're 2-2. Should be 4-0. The 2 games we lost, we had them, and we lost them. So even with that personnel against the Falcons, we still should have won. And it's just mind-boggling.
What you need your game changers, which on paper is Ward and Garrett. And then you got your role players, and then you got your clownies that are still really good. And then what you have to have is a game plan, something that actually works.
Correct.
With that talent. So I think we've got everything. We do need to upgrade the roster on defense slightly, but we've still got the talent we need to stop some of these teams. We're not executing.
It shouldn't look that easy. It shouldn't look straight up. They're too good. The players on the field are too good. And I'm not saying, just the roster looks good. No, these are good football players. These are proven good football players that had it figured out last year in the same system, but not the same system, just a little bit different, doing things differently. So, my God, if it's not working, and like to me, we've talked about this before, if I go to work every day and I just suck in my job, eventually they're going to be like, hey,
You suck.
we're going to find somebody that can do this job. So whether that's directed, you can't fire the players. You know what I mean? You can't fire the players. So eventually somebody has to take some accountability. I want somebody to step up, just straight up. I want somebody to step up
Yeah, it kind
on
of sucks.
defense.
Like we're 4 games in, we're waiting for a leader.
Yeah.
Like where's our dog on defense at? The guy that's just
He
going to
got
go
hurt
make a
last
play.
week. I mean, it's
Yeah,
supposed
but
to be, you'd think Anthony Walker, John Johnson, it's supposed to be Miles, but I don't think he's
Every
that
third
guy.
play he tries at least.
I think Myles Garrett, I think he's obviously an above average player. He could be like all world. He could be a Hall of Famer if he wanted to be, but I don't think he's a leader.
We got a lot of negative comments for criticizing this week.
I don't think he
criticizing
has
us.
and that's fine. Not
Criticizing
always are you the best player. Do you have to be, the vocal leader or whatever? But to me, he doesn't have that. Like guys don't rally around him, in my opinion.
We've compared him to TJ Watt so much, and we said like, look at where they were drafted in the first round. One at the beginning, one at the end. Look at the size of these guys. Look at their measurables. One's a freak athlete, the other's kind of not. Whatever. And one guy's significantly better than the other, and it's not the freak athlete.
Again, though, and some of the people were calling us out on the last episode for criticizing Miles. I said Joe Wood still has to take a lot of blame for his lack of production also because we don't do anything to help him. I understand that Miles he's like one of the highest wins in pass rush win rate and stuff like that. I totally get that. So the defensive coordinator needs to help him out so he can't get double and triple teamed. Like, run some stunts, move him around, that kind of thing. But also, you can't watch the Browns and then watch Miles every play and tell me you think he's giving it his all every play. You can't. If you do, you're lying.
Or you're just not watching.
Or you're not watching. If you watch him every play, you will see he dogs it a lot. Or he'll take himself out when we've only been on the field for 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah.
So this kind of went off the rails. It was we quit previewing the Chargers and just started
Start bashing Miles Garrett.
started talking about how if you can't tell we we recorded the reaction to the loss of the Falcons, and then we immediately just went into our preview for the Chargers. We're still a little bit bummed out.
We're reeling still.
We're still reeling. So
me, boys.
if you can't tell why it's a little, trying to stay up. But like I said, in my opinion, they haven't earned my optimism right now.
That's fair.
That's just the bottom line.
It's fair, bro.
But that's what we think. What we need to do to hopefully at least be competitive with the Chargers. Again, we did it against the Falcons and it didn't work, but maybe it'll work this time against an all-pro quarterback. We'll see. A Pro Bowl running back had 20 touchdowns last year, but we'll see. We're gonna give it the old college try. Let us know what you guys think the Browns need to do to come away with a big win this week. I think if we fall to 2-3, to me, we don't have a strong enough locker room personality-wise. If we get below 500 and we're entering this stretch of games, I think you're going to start hearing chirping. You're going to hear blaming. I think it's going to go off the rails quick.
I think what you said about snowballing is a very real possibility.
Yes. So to me, this is, I don't want to say season hinges on this game, 5 games in, but it just has that feeling like we're teetering on the edge of we're going to go one of two ways here. And if this game goes poorly,
this is a big metric.
It could be.
It's a big metric
does
game.
hinge on this game.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think. I just think a lot hinges on this game. I think we got to have a bounce back game. Drop your comments on YouTube. Drop a voicemail. Let us know what you think. thedogspodcast.com and get your thoughts on the show. We appreciate the intro from Stacy again. We appreciate everybody getting their voicemails in on the show. And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully after a big win.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast and become an official Dog Pack member and join thedawgs.com.